What's up? What's up? How everybody doing today? Hugh, you with me?
Yes, sir. How's everything going, man?
Oh man, it's all right, man. It's been a cool, relaxing weekend, I should say. Sitting back watching all them championship games on Saturday, but
Great games, but didn't like the results, man. I can tell you that much right now.
You already know, man. That's our first topic today, man. So we're gonna jump into it in a minute, man. But I just want to give a shout out to our producer, Hugh. Thanks for the intro, man. That was a nice little intro.
Definitely did get a hype up, man. Only one thing I had against it, man, not trying to be funny or crazy or nothing, man. Kind of mad at Axl Rose, man. I was a huge Guns N' Roses fan growing up, man, until he said the N-bomb on one of their songs, man. That's the only thing I was thinking about the whole time hearing that theme song, bro.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, man, but, yeah, I feel you, bro. We're not gonna take too much time with small talk today, man. I just wanted to go ahead and get a shout out right quick to him. Appreciate the work he putting in for us on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Most definitely.
I wanna thank everybody for joining us again. For like I said, this our second Monday doing the show. We usually used to do it on Wednesdays, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was Wednesdays. We did it schedule change, so we're on Mondays, 6 o'clock, 6 to 8. So we like to thank our fans, our loyal fans, for joining us. Guys, give the word out, man. Spread the word. Please spread the word, so everybody, so we can get more listeners on, and let them know to call in at 760-283-4647, and press that number 1 button, man, so they can get in on the conversation with us, because it's just not a regular show, where we just spew out all sports. Just, all the show, we like to have, listeners call in and, either debate us or, tell us how they feel or what they think. So, hopefully y'all call in soon. Hopefully we'll have
your
Jabari
opinion
on.
Matters.
Exactly. Jabari just texted me not too long ago, so hopefully we'll have him in, so he can add his insight on. But hey, man, you already know, man. Hot topic, man. I swear to God, Jabari always asks for the number, and every week, like how the number every week, like how you don't have it in your text message. Just it's baffling to me that he does that. But anyway, you already know that the college football rankings came out yesterday. Came out what, about 12:30, 1 o'clock yesterday, Hugh?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So the rankings came out, and it's been, it's been talk. It hasn't been a big buzz or rumblings about it, because I guess people kind of expected it to go this way. But this just kind of further cements the fact that this system is just highly broken. The media has been talking about 8 teams for the last 2 weeks. They were really talking about it yesterday and today.
It got stronger.
Yeah. I think it's coming sooner than what we think. I was thinking 3 years or so, minimum. 3 years minimum, 5 years max. I was thinking. I think it's going to come way earlier than that now, because of everything that's going on. But I just want to give a rundown of the playoffs. In the Peach Bowl, we'll have Alabama playing Washington in the 1-4 matchup. Of course, Alabama's number 1, Washington number 4. In the Fiesta Bowl, 2-3 matchup, Ohio State against Clemson. Clemson got the number 2 spot. They moved up to number 2. Ohio State's at 3. Yeah. So now you got 3 conference champions and a non-conference champion playoffs. I'll get my thoughts right quick before we kind of get more into it. But here's the thing. I feel as if this broken thing within the college football college football rankings, period. Just period. Point blank period, from the times where you didn't even have the BCS and now the college football playoffs / BCS ranking. It's always been broken, and I think they use the excuse of it's too many teams, which it is a lot of teams, but it comes down to the fact that they only really glorify 5 big conferences, and the other ones just pretty much straggle along. There is one positive to this, I think. The fact that Ohio State got in without winning their conference championship, and that gives it more of an argument for it to be more teams in. Because you pretty much Ohio State's pretty much at large, be it. They didn't win the conference championship or anything. Here's where I have the issue at with this. Here's my issue. My issue is I feel like when you have these 5 power conferences, Big Ten really being the best this year, and you have these 5 power conferences, you should at least have 4 of those big conferences going to the big dance. Now, out of the 5, you only have 3 in. Washington won the Pac-12, Clemson won the ACC, Alabama won the SEC. So you don't have a Big 12 champion in. You don't have a Big 10 champion in, which Big 10 was the best conference in football this year. So the argument really comes, why did Ohio State really get in? If now they saying that I think one of the Big Ten and their division, Penn State, should have gotten in. Point blank period. They should have got in. And here's this is what confuses me, Hugh. This is what really confuses me right now. How did like they say the conference championships aren't really required or whatever? Didn't they say that or something like that?
Yeah, that's what they were saying all yesterday.
Right. Okay. If that's the case, Penn State shouldn't have jumped Michigan in the final standings, right?
I agree.
They jumped Michigan. Then they pulled a little David Blaine action in the 2 and 3 spots. You see how it shifted. Ohio State went down to the 3rd spot, and Clemson went to the 2nd. The reason that happened, Clemson won their conference championship.
Yeah.
So, like I said, if that was the case, Ohio State was supposed to stay at number 2. Or, if they really wanted to be honest about everything, Ohio State's not a conference champion, so why didn't they drop to number 4? and play Alabama in the first round.
You know they don't want that.
Right. We pretty much know they didn't want that because they want a little bit of money in that national championship game, whether it be Clemson, because they'll generate the rematch thing from last year. That'll be money. That'll be money. Or Ohio State. You know, Ohio State gonna bring money. So, I mean, to me, I just feel like they really need to fix it, man. I just don't understand. After you get your thought, man, I really like talk about it as a solution again, but it's just, you know, I mean, I didn't, like I said, it wasn't about me not wanting Ohio State in. If they won the Big Ten championship, fine, they deserve to be in there. But they didn't win it, man. Like, they didn't win it, and in my eyes, I feel like if you get to your conference championship game, like Bama, if they would have lost the conference championship, they would have still been in because their body of work was heavy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody beat them this year. You know what I'm saying? They've been superior.
Yeah.
But at least they got there. They got to their conference championship game. You know what I'm saying? But
and that game was ugly.
Right. But Ohio State didn't win their division. They didn't win their division. So to me, it's just it don't make no sense. Like, at the end, the argument supposed to be the top 4 teams, not the top teams with the best records or whatever. It's supposed to be the top 4 teams. And one can argue Penn State or Michigan could have been one of those 4 teams right now. You know what I'm saying? Because Penn State played some great football these last weeks. You know what I'm saying? Leading up to this, they played some awesome football. So
they came alive after that Ohio game.
Man, they did. They did. They just ran the table. They looked like one of the best teams in the nation. Like I said, even with the loss, the double overtime loss, it took some bull crap at the end to knock Michigan off. I mean, those two we could have talked about those two being in. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way, man. I mean, you can go ahead and get your thought.
I thought it was just a shame, man, because we thought when they made this playoff system that they finally did something right, man, and we were going to determine who were going to be better teams. And mainly, they were saying before, we talked about this so much, you win your division and you're in. Bottom line, nothing else to it. If you get good, win your division, and you conquer your division, then you definitely is a sure thing to be in that championship. Penn State did it. I mean, when I seen Clemson, man, they looked a little shaky at first, man. But for them to win like they did, you know, it was pretty good games, and it was interesting. And I said, okay, this is the outcome. Now what they're going to do. I'm interested in seeing if they do the right thing. Somehow I don't think they did, but I'm like, man, you know what, whatever. Hopefully this gives them room to fix those kinks in there. And I think right now one of them was the actual Ohio State not really budging. I feel like, yeah, you know, they put them down some because they didn't win their division, but it was like it wasn't a winner and you win type of situation. Because if you win, just period. So it's like, man, are they really saying the division is really that serious or whatnot? But what I'm looking at, too, as well, is that's why I feel like we need to have more teams, like you were saying, the 8 teams, because when you see it now, okay, say if Ohio State was in, I wouldn't have been as mad if they said, okay, they didn't win their division and they're not in the top 4. But it was a wild card game. They determined, okay, those guys win, and they definitely to the point where they go to the next round and play one of the higher seeds. But they didn't do that, and that's the part that bothers me right now, because it definitely should be a wild card, and there should be 8 teams in there. Because right now you still see the BCS in there trickling it down, a.k.a. the BS, you know, that they pull over us, man, like wolves in sheep clothing, man. And it's all about the money. We know that. It's about the politics of football. And everybody say, when we say the 8 teams, it'll be too many teams. It's a money thing. It's a money scam. But, yeah, we know that. You know, we're not dumb. We wasn't born yesterday. We understand these things. But it's now time for them to not sit on their ass and just let this happen, man. It's time for them to fix these mistakes, man, because it's flat out embarrassing. It's flat out embarrassing right now to see these situations and let them allow this, man. So, yeah, something has to be done, man. And I'm hoping within the next 2 years they can fix it, man. It might take longer because a lot of guys are older. And a lot of them, I still feel like got their heads up their ass and just don't want to see a change. Lord forbid they had this playoff. But I feel like they need to do a better job, man, because everybody getting sick of it, man, and it's a disgrace, man. But I just feel like they could have done a better job of managing things because, like you said, man, I don't feel like the better teams was in there. People were looking at it and saying this, well, people like Penn State and, Michigan lost 2 games, and what hurt them is the shellacking that Michigan did to Penn State, and when, Michigan lost to an unranked Iowa team. That's the reasons why they're trying to criticize and saying, oh, this is the reason why they're not in. But at the same time, man, you damn near got to go undefeated like Bama to be even considered one of the top 4 teams in the whole division and in the playoff race. I feel like they should do something better than that, man, because we talked about this last week, man. You could lose 7 games in the NFL and still be a Super Bowl champion. You got to win so much and try to do too much in college, man, to, actually be in the situation now or consider in that playoff hunt. And I feel like they could do a better job of arranging this, I feel like they should do the championship games, rank all the teams in from the first to the last, get this playoff system together and let them play that extra games. A lot of people are saying injuries will be involved. They don't want the kids to get injured before they go to the pros, combines around the corner and all this other stuff, man. Well, if that's the case, man, they need to shorten some of the games that they played in the season, like, start getting into the serious games and the more division round games, in the season, except for having these out-of-conference plays, like when some of these top-ranked teams play these garbage teams, man. We've seen, Alabama play West Alabama or Kent State, and it's like, come on, man. Those are scrimmage games, man. Get that out of the system. Yeah. Put more serious games in this and make it more involved and make it something that's worth our while, because some of them games are laughers, man. And, I don't want to really get off in the NFL right now, Jay, but I had to take a jab at this Monday night game. Probably the worst ones I've seen yet, man. Cold, yes, that's a joke. I know y'all probably heard me say the phrase before. It's like pistol whipping a blind kid watching these 2 games right here, But the Jets, on the other hand, is the blind kid right now. So when I watch it, or when I condone something like this, I might peek in at it a little bit just to see that, because I hate the Jets. We're Patriot fans besides being Lions, guys from Detroit. So I'd rather see that. But it's just a joke, some of the games that college put up to make us watch. And a lot of people said they didn't think that the Washington team should be in there because they had a chump division. They played a lot of soft games, and they didn't have a powerhouse team as the other guys that are in. So they looked at them like that was the odd man out, but I think what helped them is just that 1 loss on their record. And a lot of them were saying the 2-loss teams shouldn't deserve to be in, which I think is baloney. Definitely how, like we was talking about, how Penn State won that game against Ohio State and they caught the stride. They won, they ran the table. How many points they were down, man? Was it 28-7? And then they came all the way back and won that game? Yeah, that shows their determination and how good they are, man, and just their drive. And, that doesn't look like the same Penn State team I've seen from the beginning of the year. And some teams just get hot at the right time, man, and that's why I think they should judge over win or loss records. And I feel like they should do a better job at just determining who are the better teams and put the teams who deserve to be in there, man, in this, BCS Bowl, because it's definitely flawed.
Yeah. Like I said, man, things evolve. You know what I'm saying? Everything evolved, because we came from the era, like I said, of the AP controlling everything. Like the AP polls and stuff, they used to control everything back in the the 50s, all the way until, until 97, 98, when they put the BCS in place. Then the BCS evolved into the playoffs. So I think it can do nothing but evolve. And like I said, some scandals and stuff like this. Well, I wouldn't call it a scandal, but some bad decisions like this will cause a little bit of rumblings to the point where they're going to have to do that, because I don't see how you can have conference champions just sit outside of the playoffs. I don't understand that. Like Oklahoma should have a chance to play for one. Penn State should have a chance to play for one. And it's college football. So it's competitive. Teams are going to lose. They may lose early, they may lose late. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Injuries happen, stuff like that. But that don't mean that should disqualify a team. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean that team
absolutely.
Isn't one of the best teams in the nation. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, man, they need to fix it, and they need to. Yeah, I think it'll be within 2 years too, Hugh. I think it will.
They have to.
Your Power 5 conference. Your Power 5 conference. You should have, without a doubt, five conference champions in the playoffs, and then have, you know what I'm saying, your wild cards, or teams, you know what I'm saying, who like you were saying, like a play-in game or something like that, or like one of those, you know, like this where Ohio State will fit in. You know what I'm saying? This is where Ohio State fit in at and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll have an extra team or two in there. So you'll cause less debate with that, because everybody will get a chance. Now, let me see if I'm correct in this, because I want to look at the. I should have brought it up before, but I want to look at the rankings as a whole. This dog over here being bad, man. Grief. Okay. That's why you'll have I mean, you know, Western Michigan could be a wild card, man. It's crazy. Okay, so
it's definitely tons of teams that should be looked at. I definitely guarantee you on that.
Yeah. Now here's the whole thing right here. So we go 8 teams, right?
All right.
We go 8 teams. So say we cut it off at 5. We cut the rankings off at 5. Because those are your conference champions. So you will have Alabama at 1, Clemson at 2, Washington at 3. You will have Penn State at 4, and Oklahoma at 5, right?
Right.
So that's where we'll cut off. So you'll have Ohio State under that, Michigan under that. And then you'll have Wisconsin, USC, college. You know what I'm saying? So you would probably eliminate Wisconsin because Wisconsin lost to Michigan the way they did or whatever. USC beat Washington, which is the conference champion. So you'll probably move them up. You know what I'm saying? So you'll more than likely have your top 8 right there. Michigan, Ohio State, and USC. I don't see how that would be any rumblings or arguing about that. Would you argue about that?
Hell no, because UFC really came alive. I'm glad you mentioned that, man, because a lot of people at first was being a little crazy. I think it was getting a little ironic when they were saying, oh, man, UFC should definitely be in consideration. I'm like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, man. Then I started looking, and I was like, man, UFC has been balling out this year. I said they definitely should be considered being one of the teams at least in the playoffs. But then I looked at it and I seen the teams who were already going to be in that top 4. I said, well, yeah, maybe they'd have been in that top 8 bracket, and that would have been relevant for them. And I said, that's why they need the 8-team playoff, because when I seen it, I said, man, there's a lot of teams who are capable of going in here and surprising some of these teams, And that's how I feel. I feel like the one team should definitely play the 8, or, you could do that, and then have, I don't know about having a bye. I think that'll be a little bit too biased for the college kids right now. But I think that ranking would have been legit, and it'll be fair because the teams that are looking out right now and they're on the outside looking in, it doesn't help them, man, because they're definitely all capable of being teams who can beat any of the teams that's in that top 4, man. But it's the only thing is, the only problem is they need a chance. And if you don't get a chance, man, there ain't nothing you can do. So just hoping they can fix that, man, and, take away from the head scratching, because everybody's still scratching their head and thinking, well, okay, yeah, I don't feel like they got it right. I feel like 8 teams will definitely make you say, well, at least these are the best 8 teams right here. Or if you could rank them 8 teams, or like you said, you could put the first 1 through 5 teams, and then, you put the teams like, your Michigan and USC and Oklahoma, and you could put them in the mix, and you could say, okay, this is what we'll consider the 6th, 7th, and 8th, team, outside of the top 5, and then, have them play each other. But right now, until they fix that system, man, we're going to always be in cahoots, and we're going to be pissed off because there's always going to be an argument about a team on the outside looking in. So I think that, like you said, man, it's broken right now, but I think it'll get fixed due to the fact that they're going to need to fix it sooner than later.
Yeah, but I really think that a 18 playoff will really alleviate all of this, though. I
definitely agree.
Because the reason it'll alleviate it is because it's less room for error. You know what I'm saying? It eliminates a lot. It eliminates a lot of errors that can be made, because when you get all the way down, when you get past your 5 conference champions, then what? You got 3 wild cards. And those 3 wild cards should be very easy to pick. Very easy to pick.
And any of those teams are capable of knocking off any of the top teams, too, because, like you said, they hit stride at the right time.
Yeah. It's easier to pick 8 teams than it is 4. Absolutely. When you got teams who got good resumes, you know what I'm saying? When teams got good resumes, you like said, they got a good, you know what I'm saying, their resume is good. You know what I'm saying? You can't really argue against Penn State right now. You know what I'm saying? They 11-2, they won their conference. They should be in. Michigan 10-2. You know what I'm saying? They should be in too. They're one of the best teams in the nation. Oklahoma, they won their conference. They 10-2. They should be in there. I don't understand it. I really don't.
And it sucks. It sucks because you win your conference and you ain't even relevant in the conversation. So, yeah, it's like that winning you in crap, man. They said it's a little biased, man. And now I look at it and I'm going to call them out on it, man, because it's all lies, man. You got us all hyped up for this, man, so-called incredible time and, the NCAA football, and all it is a sham, man. It's just a way for them to find their favorite teams and alums to put their hand in a cookie jar.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate when people say money, money, money. Everything is run by money, damn it. Just do the right thing.
Yeah. Man, that's all it's about, man. Right. And they're not understanding unless we don't know something. unless we don't know something, they can still keep their bowl games. They're keeping them
Absolutely.
out. I mean, Fiesta Bowl is the final, and a Peach Bowl is the final. I don't understand that. So why can't an Orange Bowl or a Cotton Bowl or whatever be a final? Like,
yeah,
I don't understand that. Like what the hell?
They have the power to do it. They just choose not to.
Yeah, I mean they gonna have to in a minute, man. Because this is one of those things where it came to a head just like when they had the BCS rankings for the top two. You know what I'm saying? That came to arguing to the point where they like, hey man, we got to fix this and we got to fix it quick. So they came up with the playoff format. Because people was talking, why can't the top 4 teams, play or whatever? So now, like I said, top 8, cut it off. That's where it's gonna be because it'll be less argument. Like with a top 8, man. It's like I said, it's who can't pick 3 wild card teams? Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, you can pick a wild card team. Yeah, you can pick a wild card teams. I mean, come on. So hopefully they fix it soon, man. I feel like Bama should be in there, Clemson should be in there, Washington should be in there. I mean, they did what they needed to do.
Absolutely. No matter how big their schedule was.
Exactly. They don't control their schedule, man. And
absolutely.
The schedule, and they need to, and if they do go to 8, I think they need to strengthen the schedule up. They need to strengthen up schedules too.
I agree.
They can cut the non-conference games. I would have interconference play, and then you go straight to 2 games of interconference play with teams, and then I'll go straight into my conference. You know what I'm saying? You don't need 4 non-conference games before you play in your conference, and then you know what I'm saying? Because you get to test your strength of your team. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a Michigan going to play Miami or whatever, or, Ohio State going on the road to, play a Bama team or Florida State or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think stuff like that should happen because those top conferences end up playing each other in bowl games too. And they end up conflicting. Yeah, they end up conflicting with each other when it comes to picking that top 4. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they should be in before them because conference schedule was they played against a conference or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that record should that non-conference record should count towards what I'm saying the final. As it come down to the top the final 3 because I feel like the conference champion should be in no matter what point blank period. If you win, you win.
Factors.
You win, you in. Just like how college basketball is. That's why they trump everything, man. They trump
absolutely. Because you see teams who just need a chance sometimes, and they do just amazing jobs, man. Like you can see a team like George Washington or some team like that make a name for themselves, man. We've seen teams like that, George Washington, and they come in and play well. VCU, man. Who the hell know about Virginia Commonwealth, man? And it's just teams that come out there and they ball, they got seniors, or just no matter how good they are as players, man. Some of the guys who don't be mentioned in the bigger conferences, man, just come in and play a hell of a game, man, and they all have opportunities. And that's what made them so good at what they do. And then they brought more teams in, Jay, to give more team a chance so we could watch more basketball. I said, damn, man. I said, these guys really get it. I said, you got teams that's ranked 23rd. And some of them teams knocked off some big teams, surprisingly, man. So it's really good to see that because you never know what can happen on every other day in sports, man. And a lot of teams made names for themselves. I forgot the name of that team, man, and I'll do more research on it. But that team barely had a basketball team in hell. They just got their jerseys. and end up beating the team, man, and end up being in that March Madness. Surprised the hell out of me, too. I said, damn, these guys didn't even have a team.
Right. Yep.
I don't know if they were Citadel or somebody, but, yeah, just stuff like that, man. Feel-good stories like that make you think the football can do a better job in college.
Yeah, and like I said, man, it comes down to the fact that the best playoff systems, I think, is WNBA and NCAA football. I mean, not football, but basketball. March Madness.
Yeah.
March Madness tournament, the March Madness tournament, and WNBA. They get it. They get it. Now that's getting to the point where, you know, WNBA, the two top teams play each other, no matter what conference and all that bull crap and conference stand-ins and all this. No, when it comes to the playoffs, you jumble all that crap up, and what the top two teams that come out, no matter what conference, is what play each other. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the top, or those are proven to be the top teams in the league at that point. You know what I'm saying? So college football should do it the same. Like I said, your conference champions and your 3 wild cards. That's where you'll have Ohio State get in, Michigan get in, and, you know, a USC, or you can even, if they wanted to, they can be justified in putting a Western Michigan in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They undefeated. They won their conference. The MAC played the Big Ten most of the year. You know, most years. Hey, they competitive. Let's see what they can do. You'll be justified if they get an 8th seed in there.
Yeah, I can agree.
Who's gonna argue against that?
No one has the right to it. And then they're being judgmental about the people in the rankings and the player or the teams that got in versus the teams who didn't, you know.
Right. Nobody's going to argue against that, man, really. Nobody's going to argue against that. You can say, oh, they're in the MAC or whatever. The MAC not that far. You know what I'm saying? They're not a conference that you like, oh, they just whack as hell or whatever. I mean, going 13-0 is tough. It's tough, period.
Any division.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that should be rewarded. And our 18 playoff, you could have justified putting them in at the 8th seed. So that's just how I feel about it. Helped.
Definitely how big a strides that school made, man. Nobody's talking about Western Michigan, man. They were laughing stock when they played. And it was like some of them teams like we talked about, Jay, the teams we always say who was playing. And like when we played games, when you're first playing, you're not playing no heavy-hitting teams. Or you're playing teams like pushover teams like the Kent State and teams who's not doing good, West Alabama, you know. That's how people used to look at Western, man. And Western came out this year, man, punching teams in their mouth, man, won big games. So they definitely should have been in some type of consideration, man. Give them an opportunity, you know. I think a few schools in the past, Jay, heard them, though, like how good Hawaii was that time. And we was like, damn, Hawaii should be definitely playing in a bigger game. And they put Hawaii in a bigger bowl game, and they got mopped. You know, we've seen that a few times with some of the teams who did good, you know, in their division and won, and they were undefeated, and they played in these bowl games. They got their feelings hurt, man. So I just feel like they're afraid because of that situation, you know. But I just feel like they could do better, though, man, and definitely make it more.
Well, we also saw how Boise State was wiping everybody up, and they end up playing the big team, beat the big team. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. I mean, they deserve a shot.
Yeah,
you never know.
Everyone deserves a shot. You agree?
Yeah. When you don't control scheduling like that, when you're just, you know, going like competition based, as far as, you know, because like I said, we could argue that the SEC wasn't that powerful this year.
Not at all.
About 3 teams, really? 3 teams at most, 4 a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Damn near everybody
just start catching stride. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had Michigan, Ohio State this year. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, Wisconsin.
State.
Minnesota had a good season. People not even realizing that. Northwestern had a good season. Indiana was tough. You know what I'm saying? Like we had teams like the bottom of the barrel is like Purdue.
Yeah.
And fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like teams like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know the SEC was weak this year. You know,
pretty much.
It's like
Arkansas and Mizzou, man. Those are surprise teams being weak too. I never expected them to be as weak as they were this year.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, man. Hopefully they'll fix it soon. I mean, if they don't, man, I'll be very disappointed. But I see a change coming soon because they can't keep going on the way they're going on, and
it can't be this bad forever.
Yeah, and expect for people to be happy and stuff like people they gotta seriously at times they gotta campaign. They got a campaign at times to get into the playoffs. Like what? Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like make the case in the play. Like what the hell? What is that? Like, make your case to get in the playoffs.
I hate that, man. And they used to say crap like, what's that style point? This team got to have a lot of style points to get in before they had this tournament crap. And sometimes I'm still hearing them talk about that. I'm like, hey, man, you know, they got a 14 tournament now. What the hell do these style points mean? Why are y'all still talking about that BCS crap? But yeah, man, the more things change, man, the more it stays the same. So that's what we basically saying right now. That's why we're still upset.
Exactly, man. I don't want to spend too much time on this shit. I don't even know. I want to come back to it because I want to talk. I want to talk some NFL, man. Cause this is shit that was been going on in the NFL. It's
been pretty nutty.
Yeah, but I just want to stay with college football one more second, and I want to talk. I want to ask you a question about Leonard Fournette. He said he's going to declare for the draft.
Yeah.
And of course he's being, ranked as like a top pick, going high. Now I know back in our day, I don't want to tell our age like that, Hugh, because we old, man. We getting up there.
Yes,
but back in the 90s, early 90s, when we saw running backs, it was almost a luxury to get a high running back high.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because back then running backs were featured, in the back, like they were mostly 3-down backs. Now you have backs that are, I want to say getting drafted to be in a 2-back system. You know what I'm saying? Even if he is a luxury back that can play 3 downs, he's going to have a backup that can come in almost change the pace. So like we were talking about the game evolving and stuff like that. The game has evolved in that manner. The offenses and stuff like that. Things are different now. So now getting a running back high isn't a luxury. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think, man? You think it's what do you do, man? You buy? Do you buy or sell on Fournette going in top 10, possibly? I'll say top 20.
I definitely buy on that, man.
Top 15. Top 15. Buy or sell.
I can't even buy him top 15, man, because he's a hell of a player, man. And sometimes when you look at them LSU games, that's all they had was, Leonard Fournette, man. They didn't have nothing else, really. Their quarterback wasn't that good, man. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like they thrived on hella defense, which they always have great defense. And I don't care how bad they are, they're always hard to play at home. It's hard to play them at home. And then you look at it like where that defense sets the trend, but that offense didn't really have much, man. It was just sad to see Fournette have to score or have like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns for them to be relevant. That was the sad part about everything, because you thought that, okay, LSU never fell from grace, man, but they felt pretty bad, man, because when you fired Les Miles in the beginning of the season, that's bad. But you still have Fournette, man. So that was their workhorse, man, and it make or break the team, man. But that hurt them too, because everybody knew who the game plan against. I don't wish anything bad on Fournette, man, and I'm hoping he don't have a lot of miles on him already, because he had a hell of miles on him in college, man. When you're running 200-yard games, man, that's a lot on the back. And that's why I think he was smart if he, wanted to go into the draft after this season, because I look at him and I say, okay, I can't blame the kid. He out there, he trying to make his money now, so all respect to him, but let's just hope that he live up to those expectations, man, because sometimes I haven't really seen too many bust backs in the league right now in the late 2000s, except for one of my favorites, and it breaks my heart to mention it, is Michael James. But I still see a guy like Fournette, striving in a good system, man, because, we've seen those, the Michael James and Trent Richards, man. And Trent Richardson really broke my heart, because I remember on one of our shows, Jay, we were saying he was the second coming of Adrian Peterson, man. Damn, I swallow that pill now, man.
Man.
I was hurt after, hearing those old shows. Like, damn, we said this.
Oh, my God. In my case, Hugh, I'm going to sell on it. And that's why I'm a fail. For what I mentioned not too long ago, man, with the 2-back system. Okay. You got the 2-back system to the point now where running backs can have a bit of longevity. Now, you know what I'm saying? Because you got 2 of them, so you don't have to have one running back getting 30, 40 carries a damn game and running themselves to death. You know what I'm saying? And you see that with the last few, the few before, what's the guy name that played for Green Bay? I hate it. I'm forgetting his name right now.
James Stark?
No. Guy from Alabama. Eddie Lacy. Eddie Lacy. Did I forget the other guy name too? Oh my God, I'm tripping. No. The guy who
Derrick Henry.
Yeldon.
Oh yeah.
Yeldon.
Oh yeah.
And,
Yeldon. That was my guy.
And you could say Derrick Henry. Now, but Derrick Henry went in the second round, right? Did he go in the second?
Yes.
He went in the second round.
I think he did go in the second.
Yeah, he went in the second round. But
early second.
I think with Trent Richardson really, really did it.
Damn, he was a disappointment. Jesus.
That's what made me say, damn. Like because watching the draft for me is a luxury, because I get a lot of information, like information overload on players. You get to know, learn a lot about them, from the combine, and then how their stock rise and fall. So when it came to Trent, even going into the combine and leaving the combine, he was still up there. So I'm like, hey, I feel that, he might, change that, because I was hearing rumblings, before he got drafted that, wasn't no running backs drafted in the first round for some years. Like, it had been years. And I'm like, damn, you know, he might go ahead, he might break that curve, you know what I'm saying? Then Cleveland picked him up. And I'm like, all right, you know, he might rejuvenate and help them out. And then, like, within, like, the first
Cleveland.
Dude, huh?
He played well with Cleveland for a minute.
Yeah, he did. But then, before you know it, he dwindled. Like, it just, I don't, and that goes to show sometimes, like, coming from certain conferences, like, over the years, you can see in the Big Ten and now in the SEC, backs get ran to death in those conferences. They get ran to high hell in those conferences, man. And by the time they get to the NFL, they have nothing else left. So I say that running backs aren't luxuries anymore to me. Now, I will say that Fournette may be one of a kind as far as, you know, his build and what he can probably, his workload and what he could tolerate, like his body-wise hits and stuff like that or whatever, because he seems to be a workhorse. But I'm not falling for it twice, man. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to fall for it twice. So I'm going to have to I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to sell on it, man. I just don't think he's a luxury in that first round when, you know what I'm saying, right now, luxuries to me, quarterbacks aren't even luxuries anymore unless you have like a super prodigy like a Luck or something like that, or you know, a reincarnated Peyton Manning or something or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's your lineman, your D lineman mainly. You know what I'm saying? I still think a wide receiver is a luxury. Corners are luxuries to get. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
Like,
definitely, if you get the good linemen like O-line and D-line, but some of those guys you can get in the later rounds, and they look like they, you know, first rounds is when you don't. It depends on who your, you know, offensive line coach is too. Yeah,
right.
That receiver position and quarterback, like you said, if they're like the prodigies are the main one that you have to go out and grab when your team is struggling. But now I'm thinking about it too, Jay, man, and it's sad, and you kind of got me on that. I'm not going to back off on my word, but I am a little afraid for that, man, because the fact is, what if he's going to go to a bad team to try to make him good, man. It seems like the spot that he will be landing in, if he's in that top 5 bracket, it's a possibility it might be like somewhere like Cleveland. Do I think he's going to go first? Nah, he might not go first overall, but damn, you know, it's always the jeopardy of landing in Cleveland. And you look and you see some of their picks, and you be like, man, they have some good guys. And, you know, you look and see, like, damn, what's going on? Like, Joe Hayden, man, what's up with that guy right now, man? And, you know, you look at, you know, the O-linemen, you know, and you see all the good guys that they had. And I remember they were saying, like, all of the guys from the Mike Holmgren era was gone from that team. Like, all the guys and all the draft picks that Mike Holmgren had was gone. And then you look at Joe Thomas and you look at Joe Hayden, man, and it's like, man, you'll definitely think that they'll do to help that team. And some of their defenses wasn't even shabby, man. It's just they just don't get it, man. Whatever it is that's going on in Cleveland, man, they need to stop and just reboot, delete it, and reboot everything.
I agree, bro. I agree 100%. Who was texting me? Oh shit! There go Jabari. I'm about to put his loudmouth ass through. Now before he comes through, sorry, I know he's listening. We talked about the college football playoffs right now. We'll revisit it if you want to after we get off the NFL. But right now, there was a question that I was asking Hugh about Leonard Fournette. I was saying he's projected to go high within. I think they got him right now in the top 10, but I said within the top 15 or 20 would you buy or sell on him getting picked? Like, is he a luxury back to you? Would you buy or sell on him? I'm about to put you on, Jabari. Where you at? Hold on. You're not on yet. I don't know what's wrong with my shit on my tablet. All right, yeah, you on, Jabari?
All right, yeah, I'm selling on him that high because all the teams that's gonna be up in the high got way much more needs than a running back. Like if I had a Dallas Cowboys offensive line, yeah, I'd probably take them that high. I'd probably take them in the top 10. But I don't have that. I don't have that luxury. I don't think it's a real big deal if you bite on them. Now, especially when you got running back like Dalvin Cook that might be in the draft and that explosive kid for Texas. I mean, you can get a back in the 5th round that can be the staple of your organization for the next 10 to 15 years. Like, only way I take a back like Leonard Fournette if I have a Dallas Cowboys offensive line is you see what Jerry Jones did last year, and that worked to success. But other than that, nah. No, I'm not taking him that high.
Yeah, that's what I sold on it. I just couldn't. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's just not a running back on luxuries anymore.
It's a shame to say that too, man. I have a question.
On the damn vacation, Jabari?
No, I just have to make my little one shut up. That's all. I'm good though.
I have a question, guys. Is he? I've never seen him catch the ball that much, man. Is he a good catch? I've never seen him or known him as a good catching back. That's gonna probably hurt his stock a little bit too, because man, you know that's most times that third down back who can catch the ball out the backfield and who can make plays.
Man, I think he can drive it so high because of what he did in high school. But he really hasn't showed me nothing on the college level. He ain't showed me nothing. Listen, the closest thing you're going to get to an NFL defense is Alabama, and you did nothing against them, and you got a loaded offensive line. So
2 years in a row.
To me, I think he might be overhyped. He's never had a good game against Alabama. For 3 years he's been at LSU. No.
How many yards he got total? I don't even think it's more than like 100 if it was that.
Man, I don't even think he's the best back on LSU. I like the kid Kite. I think he's a better back than Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette is just all big names. He hasn't showed me nothing. And I mean nothing. I think he's overhyped. Yeah. I don't think he's the best back in the country.
To me, even if he did show something, I just say it's running backs aren't luxuries anymore. They aren't. They aren't luxuries to me anymore. You can get a good back because of the 2-back system. You can get a good back in the 3rd, 4th round. You don't necessarily need a back in the first 2 rounds, man. Your interior means too much. You know what I'm saying? And then with a passing lead, you need a receiver. And like I said, quarterbacks aren't even luxuries anymore. They're a dime a dozen. You get lucky here and there with a quarterback, as you can see with Jared Goff. His first pick in the draft, he just started his first game, last week?
Yeah.
So, whatever.
And they took a Dak Prescott in the 3rd, who looked like he's a future Hall of Famer. The next great Dallas Cowboy quarterback. So, and I think, you know what, man, I think all these things you can draft us for sure these days is the offensive lineman. Anything else is you don't know. Because you can get everything in the back of the draft, and they better than what you get in the front of the draft. I've seen teams draft O lineman in the 1st round. They draft O lineman in the 7th, and the one in the 7th pan out to be the future Hall of Famer. So.
Yeah.
You never, man, there's nothing for certain.
True. That's true. I want to move to the NFL, man. There's been some stories going around. Before I get into the football aspect of it, I want to get into some of the top stories that's been going around. Yesterday, man, we had a bit of a. Who's making all that noise? Can't hear myself think.
Man, you hear yourself think. Hurry up.
Can't even hear myself think, man. I'm ADD. Y'all gotta give me a little bit of a calm background. As we saw yesterday in the Sunday night football game, man, Earl Thomas got hurt. And for y'all don't know who Earl Thomas is, he plays safety for the Seattle Seahawks. He got hurt. He hurt his leg, broke his leg actually. So he was tweeting out, thank yous and all that type of stuff. So my question is, and I'm gonna throw it to Hugh first. What do you think, man? You think he done? And how bad will this affect the Seahawks?
I think that he's not done. He's just probably speaking on emotions right now. He's never really been injured like that before, man, But it was his bone injury, man. It's like a broken leg. Sometimes, man, you see guys come back and get better, man, from injuries like that sustained. I think that he's just afraid right now. He was a little nervous and contemplating his career, but I think for the love of the game, he possibly might, I think he will be back. If he feel like, hey, man, I don't want to take any more health risks, I can respect that. But I definitely think he'll be back in the football, man. I just feel like, it was just misfortune that happened to him, man. He's still 27 years old, man. He's not even past 30 yet. So I think that he will be able to heal and come back stronger than ever. I think that would I don't think it'll affect him this year. Because you still got guys on that team, that came back, man, and they're, really starting to hit their stride. You got Michael Bennett back just recently that game, and you got Cam Chancellor back, and they've been playing lights out, man. And I feel like this year they may be able to go without him, but in the long run, I think that'll probably hurt them if he did decide to retire because he's a hell of a safety and he's a game changer. And I think that with him missing, like this year, I think they can, put a Band-Aid over it, but just not have him be a part of their effective overall defense. That might definitely be a problem because that's one of the best defenses I've seen in the last 5 to 10 years, consistently. So, yeah, I basically would be surprised.
Jabari, this you. I hope you got that background together, man.
Listen, man.
Back there.
You gotta understand. I'm being a father right now. I gotta get dinner ready and everything, man. So you got to bear with me, man. You gotta bear with me.
You gotta pull that belt up, man, and threaten them.
I think what Earl going through is what a lot of other players go through. Like when they tear their ACLs, they feel like, oh, my career's over. I'm done, and it's a scare factor. I think he'd be okay. He'd be back next. Once he gets to running on it, and that love for the game kick in, he'd be back. Plus, he just recently got married. Wifey wants that check, so trust me, he ain't going nowhere. Then, only I think it affects them now. But who it really affects is Richard Sherman. Now we're about to see what kind of corner Richard Sherman really is. Because me and my brother was talking about it the other day. Richard Sherman's his football IQ is high, but having Earl Thomas on the back end, you can make a lot of mistakes, and you know what I'm saying. It won't make you look bad. Earl's that kind of safety. Like you can bring Chancellor up in the box, and he can cover the whole back end. That's special. That's Ed Reed type. You know what I'm saying. So when you get safeties like that, you know what I'm saying, it always hurts your defense, especially because you so reliant. Like, okay, I'm straight. I got Earl. Okay, dang, he was beating. I got Earl on top. Now, when you get beat, Earl not there. So we about to see what kind of corner Richard Sherman really is. If he really a top 5 corner in the NFL. I'm with Hugh on that one. I'm with y'all, man. I think it's scared him some.
You know what I'm saying? And now I think with everything going on in football, this safety stuff and the concussion protocols and all this type of stuff, and that CTE, stuff coming out, all that stuff. I think it's kind of scaring the players a little bit, and it's got them on guard. Granted, this is a leg injury. Leg injuries happen in the NFL sports, and leg injuries happen, of course, in the NFL. But I think it comes down to him getting healthy and getting in rehab and, getting himself together, getting his mind right. Because right now his mind is kind of jumbled and his mind is, just thinking the worst right now. And I agree with Jabari. He just got married. So he's like, nah, I got some money to take care of my family. So yeah, he'll be back, man. And I do think it's going to kind of hurt that defense because Earl and Cam Chancellor are, to me, two of the biggest pillars on that defense. So I think he's needed, man. I agree with you too, Jabari. He on Sherman's side most of the time. Man, that helps Sherman out a hell of a lot. So they're going to miss him, man. Those late games when they need those stops and stuff like that, and especially when they go up against those tough-ass receiving cores in the playoffs. I mean, good grief. They gonna need it. So yeah, man, it's gonna hurt for a minute. I really think it's gonna hurt. They're gonna have to try to adjust to it some way or somehow. Don, what y'all got anything else to say, man?
I feel a little selfish too, man, but I'm mad at Earl, man, because he made me lose my fantasy last night, man.
Who did?
Earl Thomas, man. I know he was out the game. I said, damn, that's the end of my fantasy, man. And then I looked at the game, the result of the game. It was more of a joke than I thought it was, man. So, yeah, that was just like more, disappointment to me, man. But all in all, though, man, all jokes aside, I just hope he get well, man, and hopefully he reconsider, man, because he's a heck of a player, man, and I definitely believe he'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back, man. It's another issue in football that's going on right now. That goddamn Cam Newton, man. God. I was debating whether I was going to talk about this because I'm like, damn, is it going to be enough material to talk about? But I do. I think it's enough material to talk about him right now. Of course, they're having a horrible-ass season. Like, 4-8 right now? So, yeah. I mean, they went into one last year. They having a terrible season this year, man. They hurting bad. We all know Cam don't like to lose. Yesterday, he got reprimanded for the first series of the when is the first series of the game? I think it was the first series of the game for violating the dress code. He's supposed to wear a tie on game day, and the bus ride over, and he had on a turtleneck or whatever. And I heard his teammates was trying to give him a tie and stuff, but he was like, "No, I'm good" or whatever. My question is, do you think Rivera overreacted, or do you think he did the right thing? I'm gonna go to Jabari first. Hope he got that background in order again. God damn it.
Man, listen here, man. Rivera needs to be fired. Rivera needs to be fired. I'm sorry, you're not about to sit here and tackle me about a tie when we having the season we having. Like, me not wearing a tie is the cause of the season the way it is. Man, that is hogwash, man. As long as they got on some neat pants, a suitable dress shirt, and some suitable dress shoes, man, who cares about a tie?
I thought he was dressed pretty casual, man. Better than I normally see him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, dog, are you serious?
Well, nothing wrong with how you dress.
You gonna suspend me for a series when we're able to push to make the playoffs? You suspend me for a series over a dress code? Man, get out of here, man. And then I'm getting all these late hits. I don't see you in the media going after them for me getting these late hits. But you want to hassle me about a time? Man, get out of here, man. Listen, Rivera needs to be fired. He's a joke. He lucked up last year.
Yeah, just kind of showing it. Hugh, what's your thought on it, man?
I'm with Jabari, man. I thought it was a joke, man. We was right on the same page on it, man. Cam, that's probably the best I ever seen Cam dress, man. He dressed like he wasn't crazy or a lesbian. No disrespect, you know. To anybody out there who like to, same sex, apologize in advance. But I'm just saying, man, I thought the outfit was fly he had on. I said about time Cam wore something that looks decent, that don't look retarded, man. And when I looked up and then found out he was benched, and I'm like, damn, they benched him because he had on a turtleneck? Like, come on, man, that's crazy. When I've seen before, he had on, like, button-up shirts and different things like that, and they didn't say nothing about it. But now he's like turtleneck, and then, all hell breaks loose. And the bench on that first series, man, look what you did, Rivera. I mean, your team was still alive, man. Technically, we all looked at it like, they're going to have a long road ahead of them, but they were still technically, regardless what anybody say, was in the race. And you get in a man, Derek Anderson, to throw a pick on the first play. Gave Seattle an extra possession. And they thumped the mud hole in them boys. And I'm like, man, now are you looking and feeling like that's the right decision? Because I feel like after that, man, it looked like it took the fight out of Cam, man, because Cam wasn't playing like Cam normally played, man. It definitely is to the point where we have to give credit where credit due, and we give the credit to Seattle and how good their defense is always. But it just really looked like it took the fight out of Cam, man, because it was just a really bad call on the coach part, man. And like I said, man, when everything's good, everything's good. When you're winning, everything's great. But when you're not winning, man, and then it's problems and fingers need to be pointed at, that's when things really start to hit the fan. And I just have to say, man, yeah, man, Rivera, man, his days are numbered, man. He's on borrowed time.
Yeah, I agree with that too, man. That way, when you're 4-8, man, when you're 4-8, what the hell are you doing? That's your Cam is pretty much the only thing you got. Cam is it. That's all you got is Cam, really. You know what I'm saying? The receiver's not playing too well. The defense is shaky this year. Like you're struggling as a team, and instead of getting the team in order, you hassle your best player by the time, man. Like now I could see if it was a league rule, like you know what I'm saying. It's like a team rule. You know what I'm saying? He's casual. It wasn't like he had on a ripped shirt or like you said, dressing crazy as hell or whatever. It wasn't like he had nothing like that on. Dude was decked out. He was dressed nice. You know what I'm saying? And he looked presentable. He looked, you know what I'm saying, like a man. He looked it, appropriate for the, for the occasion. So, just to nitpick your best player for a tie like that, if anything, just pull him to the side. Hey, man, next time, Cam, you know the rules, man. Just throw a tie on. You know what I'm saying? Because you trying to get shit together for your team. You know what I'm saying? So they can at least, we know they're not going to make the playoffs, but they can at least salvage something for next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can at least make a good case for your job. because right now it's not looking good for Rivera. You know what I'm saying? I think he might end up being up out of there. You know what I'm saying? If not this season, early next season, they don't have a good start. You know what I'm saying? So it was dumb. I just think it was real stupid, man. It's crazy to me. That's one of them things where I don't think nothing was wrong with Cam. And then, I mean, Cam frustrated. We know Cam don't like to lose. You know what I'm saying? Then you coming at him about a tie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's really going to piss him off and get him disgruntled. That's why the whole team was probably like, man, fuck this shit yesterday. Like, forget it, man. They could blow us out. We don't care.
They probably made him show that, too.
Yeah, it was the straight morale killer, man. Their morale was gone. There's no morale. Get busted in the mouth like that, 40 to nothing. Oh, my God. 40, what was it, 40-7?
Yeah, it was bad.
Jeez.
And it was like Seattle didn't even give in, man, or you played down. Well, actually, they kicked field goals, and my man was busy as hell last night, Hopska, man. And that was the sad part was they scored their touchdown. They scored their fair share of touchdowns, don't get me wrong, but Hopska was a kicking machine yesterday, man. And it was sad because they even tried to give a little mercy to him. Like, man, we not going to, hit y'all in the mouth, with touchdowns or keep throwing touchdowns, man. We just going to go ahead and score our field goals. And every time, man, they were just busting them with field goals. I said, man, this is ridiculous,
Yeah, it is, man. I want to go to the next subject. We're still in the NFL right now. I want to talk about the hottest division races right now. We got a couple, man. We got a nice race in the AFC North. The AFC South is pretty hot, and that AFC West is fire. The AFC West is on fire, and then you got the what is it? I don't think it's the NFC East, but the NFC North is still up for grabs, and the NFC South is hot right now too. What's your Hugh?
Yeah.
What's the most intriguing race to you right now? It could be more than one, but just get your.
I'm going with two on this one. I'm glad you said that, man. Definitely looking at the NFC South, man. I'm like, damn, I really didn't think that at one point the Tampa Bay had a chance, man. But you come in and you tell me that not only did they beat the Seahawks, but they beat Kansas. First, they beat Kansas City, first of all. Then they beat the Seahawks. Held them to 5 points, man. A field goal and a safety. That's what they held them to. They didn't even score nothing. They won that whole game on defense. That shocked the hell out of me. And then you turn around and go on on that West Coast trip, man, to San Diego and beat San Diego, man. I was impressed with them, man. So definitely impressed because Atlanta's kind of going in the opposite direction. And now the Bucs are making strides. Now they're gaining confidence with that Kansas City game. So I'm definitely gonna say the NFC South. But then at the same time, man, that AFC West is really intriguing, man, because you still got Kansas City. They're not that far behind the Raiders, and then you still got the Denver Broncos teetering right there too. That's a really good race right there. So yeah, man, those two are like some of the ones I'm most impressed with.
Yeah. Goddamn Brady Bunch background. Put him back on, Hugh. Goddamn loud ass background.
Brady Bunch, man, he gotta do it.
Hey. What is
what? I think, man, you throwing a party over there. I'm not surprised by the AFC North. That's a battle every year. All four of them teams battle. I mean, all three of those teams battle every year. You're not gonna include the Browns, but all three of them teams battle every year. Man, I think the AFC West is the best division in football this year by far.
AFC
you
West,
go by records, and you gonna look at They record versus the AFC and they record versus the NFC. That conference is the best team in football right now. I want to say the AFC East a little bit because Dallas ran away on the whole league, but other than Dallas, it's a tight fight between the Giants and the Redskins right now. And I think they play week 16 they play, and that's going to probably determine which one is going to make the wild card. Then the AFC South, I always knew the Bucs had him. And listen, that boy is a winner. I knew he was a winner when they drafted him. I knew he was a winner when he was in college, and he won 3 state championships in Alabama. And in order to do that, you have to be a winner. Jameis Winston is a winner. And it's hot, and it's beyond football why they win. It's like the way he motivates them. Like, it's motivation. And you see, I'm sorry, I hate the subject, but and I hate to flip subject, but earlier this year, the Florida State was down at halftime for Ole Miss, and then Jameis Winston went in the locker room with the team. And that's when they came out a whole different team. Like, whoa, where'd that come from? But that's because he's a winner, dude. And I think to me, I'm about to tell y'all now, the Bucs gonna win that division. I don't think Atlanta got have the defense to hold up.
Yeah, I agree.
Their defense is soft.
Only thing I see is Vic Beasley.
Yeah, Vic Beasley. He's the only bright spot. Him and Deion Jones. Other than that, and they just lost Trufant for the season.
Damn.
Yeah, they're in trouble on defense.
Yeah, that the hottest race to me right now is that AFC West is cooking right now, man. The Oakland man is surprising everybody, man, with how they playing over there, and they throwing down. Because that's usually either Denver or Kansas City's division. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
San Diego be up there too, but but with that, you know what I'm saying? Oakland is playing good. Kansas City right on their ass, man. Especially that win they pulled out yesterday in Atlanta. Man, that really heated up the division.
Man, that was impressive.
Oakland could have really ran away with it then. You know what I'm saying? Today, yeah. Oakland will win one more game, it's a wrap. But nah, you know what I'm saying? Kansas City only a game behind, man. Denver 2 games behind. And then over in the NFC, I gotta go with what Jabari said, man. That NFC South, man, is hot too. I think Tampa Bay gonna end up winning that division. I really do, because their defense done came along, and it's matching the intensity of their offense right now. So
their defense is incredible.
Yeah, man. When the team clicks like that on both, offense and defense, man, together, that's cause for a scary team. That's why Detroit is starting to look kind of promising now, man, because they offense is playing and then their defense is starting to, you know what I'm saying? Because usually you'll have one, like the offense play good, defense don't play good, or the defense play good, offense not playing good. So it's like they clicking on all cylinders now too. So to me, those are the 2 races that's hot as hell right now, man. Any y'all got any teams that y'all think can I guess sneak into the playoffs or do some damage, man? I'm not really seeing that. Do you think Indianapolis can get in the playoffs, man, if they win tonight? You think they could kind of
no.
What'd you say?
Not really, man. Their offensive line is still struggling. Their defense struggles a lot, man. You never know what team gonna show up, man. And it shows this whole year, man, with their struggles. Then I look at the Texans and a lot of these other teams, man, who barely teetering on, the borderline of, the playoffs. Maybe like the Raiders or the Pittsburgh Steelers might come alive at the right time, but You know, I don't really see nobody outside of those two teams making strides at the right time, because that the Steelers won on defense yesterday, and it surprised me that the Ravens played the way they were against a really hungry Miami Dolphin team who won 6 in a row. So yeah, man, I say them was probably the only two teams I stay. But then, you know, they're normally in the playoffs, so I don't really think they'll sneak up. I just think they'll stride at the right time, but not really nobody like the Colts or nothing, man. Just don't think that they got enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the scary team to me right now is the Buccaneers, because if they go to the wild card, that means they got to go on the road throughout the playoffs. And if you go look at their record, they're undefeated on the road. All they lost is staying at home. So if a team can go on the road and win games, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's a different kind of environment in the playoffs. But I mean, you get the same, you know, you get the same crowd when you're on the road in the regular game. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know I can win, so I don't mind going to Seattle. You know, so they beat Seattle in Seattle. Yeah. Or was they at home?
You know what? That one I think they was at home, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. But still they home. But still they beat them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm saying, man, teams like that get hot and streak like they streaking, them, the Oakland Raiders gonna be tough to beat. I don't think nobody say. They get that number 1 seed, and they don't have to go to New England. If they see New England in the conference championship, New England got to come out west. We got to go deal with that cold, man, all day. All day, that's scary. And, man, and another team streaking is, I mean, the Cowboys, man. I mean, dude, they look good every week. Every week they look good. Like, they beat a nasty defense in Minnesota.
To me, man, with that that they have, man, those streaks to me are scary. Those are scary streaks, because it's only a matter of time to me. Like, you got to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? When you're on a stride like that, especially going into the playoffs, you got to keep that up. You got to keep that intensity and everything up, man. And sometimes when it's at your worst, dog, you end up slipping up and having a bad game. And that bad game be at the worst time too. A divisional playoff or you know, the championship game.
Right.
Or the goddamn Super Bowl where you don't want to slip up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I like Dallas team, but I don't know. They might want to throw a game or something.
No, you know what? I don't even think they need to throw the game, dude. You got to look at it at this point. Most teams that streak like that and they stumble in the playoffs be high pass attack teams that pass the ball a lot. Dude, they run the ball probably
really well
at the time of the game. So it's not really you taking that the have a bad game effect to Dak Prescott out of his hands. Like, man, I know they're gonna load the box and I'm gonna get the looks I want, because you know what I'm saying, we about to give Ezekiel Elliott the ball 30 times a game. You know Ezekiel Elliott getting 30 times a game. And you know, and they gonna tell you, I don't care if he runs for 65 yards, he's still gonna touch the ball 30 times a game. And that's still gonna bring your safeties up. So the reason why I think they're scary is because of the way they can run the ball. You know what I'm saying? When you go on the street, like when you in the playoffs, and dude, teams are already beat up, and you got the ability and the offensive line that Dallas got, man, your defense ain't gonna hold up against that run. That kind of pounding. I'm telling you, dude, Dallas is scary. They are real scary because of the fact that how they can run the ball right now. The passing game gonna be there, because they passing game number play action throw the ball. Bootleg, you know what I'm saying, fake a read option, roll out. I mean, it's either play action or bootleg. And with the quarterback they have, dude, he can make those plays. I'm telling you, dude. I think Dallas might be in the Super Bowl. I don't think nobody's gonna be able to stop them.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm just saying, you know, when teams streak, and they've been streaking for what, about 11 games straight. Like it's bro, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens, dog. It you know, one of those games, like you said. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Jabari. You know, because they can't run the ball and they can control the clock like that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's you know, that's a plus. But the offensive line can have a bad game. It's just so much can go wrong in that because of the expectation of it. Because the expectation be so high when you're on a streak like that, and you got to keep a certain mindset when you're undefeated. You can't even think about losing or nothing like that, or something getting too hard or whatever, because you can end up making mistakes and faltering. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying, sometimes losing the game or so, it takes the pressure off. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't thrive good under pressure, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the quarterback, running back, receiver, your O-line, D-line, whatever. It can happen. You know, so I'm just saying they need to be careful. But I wouldn't doubt if it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw them in the Super Bowl.
They're definitely looking like it.
At all.
That's what makes the Raiders so dangerous.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to go to the last subject, man.
Okay.
We goddamn NBA. It's finally something to talk about. I was watching the NBA, keeping up with it last week a lot. And I was noticing something, man. Every time I looked at my messages, I was getting an update on a player like damn near every day. And I was like, dude, just going in, dog. Hey, y'all know the player I'm talking about, too.
So what, Draymond Green?
Hell no. I'm talking about playing-wise, man.
Oh, okay. Oh, you talking about Giannis?
I'm talking about, huh?
Giannis?
You know what? Shut up, Jabari. I'm talking about Russell Westbrook.
Oh, okay.
Dude is averaging a triple-double right now. Now, I know since I've been watching basketball, because we wasn't none of us, not even our producer Q, who old as hell too, and probably older than me, but he wasn't even. None of us was around when Oscar Robertson was playing, and that was the only person that I've heard get averaging the triple-double. So I say, man, if Russell Westbrook finishes the season with a triple-double average and they get into the playoffs with, I say, a 6 seed, do you think he should be the MVP of the league?
Yeah, why not?
He's been playing like lights out right now, man, and their record is not really that shabby neither, man, without Kevin Durant, who everybody felt like once he left, that was going to be the end of that team. Oladipo is not a bad player, but, come on now, he's not a Kevin Durant, you know, and that's the total difference, man. For him to still have that team playing as well as they are, and he's playing like a leader. He really led that team last year. But this year, he's like, man, all the pressure's on me now. This is my team. And he's playing like that, man. He's not playing selfish ball. playing with aggressiveness, but he's being a leader as well. So I definitely feel like he's one of the better players to watch too, man, because he always comes with that game intensity, and he looks good, man. I feel like now you have to give him his props for what he's done and without KD.
Yeah, it's special. Jabari, did you speak on it, man?
No, man. I mean, I've never seen it before. Like you said, I never had a chance to watch the Big O. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if he get a high seed, he should be the MVP. 16 is a high seed. But I don't even know why we even talking about basketball, because this is all over, because nobody's beating Golden State.
It's you know,
we shouldn't even talk about basketball.
You know, it's funny because I've actually been thinking about that too. I was like, man, because somebody, you know, and I was thinking about Cleveland and, you know, other teams like San Antonio and stuff like that. And then I just put everything in perspective, and I said, they're going to be hard to beat in a 7-game series. Like, it's nothing I think nobody can do to do nothing about that team. Like, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And when you have a team of that caliber playing system basketball, that's rough. That's rough to beat. Like it is, dog. It's like it's super hard to beat, man. It's hard to beat, and yeah, man. I don't know. I don't see nobody beating them in the 7-game series. But I have to fit some basketball in, man, because you know, for the people out there listening, you know, I gotta, you know, they like basketball, so.
But it's no weak links on that Golden State team, man. You can look at it, too, and you can be like, okay, maybe Draymond's temperature, you know, I say temperature, his temper, because he's a crazy man. You know, his temper gets to him sometime, and what the hell's up with him kicking everybody? Stop kicking people, motherfuckers. And, you can look at that, or you can say, you know, Ja Pachulia could be a weakness, but hell, that's the only thing you can say about that team. There's no weaknesses on that team, and Zaza go ahead, he'll do what he has to do for you to win. It ain't nothing like maybe a slightly poor man Bogut, but hell, they both poor, man. I don't really think that Bogut really did nothing. He was a hell of a defender, and he was good on grabbing reads, but Zaza could do the same thing, you know. So I just feel like right now, man, there ain't really no weaknesses on that team. Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be more scary, too, because you know just for playing with a team with this greatness behind him, man, he going to step his game up, man, and his intensity. So, yeah, I don't really see no flaws with them losing no time soon, definitely in those series. That's the worst part. You can lose in the season, but in the series, don't see it.
I literally watched. I mean, just go back and forth, 3-pointers. Like, no, these cats are averaging like 120 points a game, man. Almost. Like, no, it's unheard of. Like, I watched Kevin Durant go for 26 off 5 or 7 shooting. He took 7 shots, man.
Oh yeah. He like I said, he is one of the most efficient players I've ever seen in my life.
Ever.
Kevin, he that I've ever seen play. He's super efficient, man. I told people this coming into the season. They like, oh, it ain't gonna work, man, because you know, Steph need this point. He needed 20 shots, and Clay's gonna take about 20-something and all this. And I'm like, dude, obviously you ain't been watching basketball. And Durant, because Durant can take 12, 13 shots, probably not even that, and get 30 points because he can get to the free throw line. He's hard to defend. So somebody who can play his caliber, it's hard. He's going to draw a foul. So now they got him. As you can see now, when you see Golden State play, watch where Kevin Durant starts the offense at now. Because if you first saw him, he would start the offense on the wing. Now he starts from the block. He comes from the block to the elbow to the wing. That's tough to defend. If he's at the especially at the elbow, that's one of the worst spots for a defender to try to defend Kevin Durant at. One of the worst spots. And one of the best spots for him to start at because he can get the ball easily to the shooter beat double team. So, yeah, man, that team over there is pretty special.
Man, Bar, you know what else is hard to defend, man? That dude's hair, man. I'm tired of saying, man, what's up with this dude and his nappy ass hair, man? You rich, man. You get to comb to that shit. Kevin Durant, man.
Yeah.
That nigga look like he got a leukemia or something, man.
And he even filled in the little crown in the back. Cause you know he's letting hair the little crown. He was about to have a George Jefferson going. He even filled that in and everything. I don't know where the hell LeBron get his hair from. LeBron got a full-blown hairline now. Everything. That fool is crazy, man. I don't know where these guys are getting his hair from. Man, I guess they growing hair on the farm and selling it to people.
And the crowd getting surgeries, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Hell no. But yeah, like you said, man, that's probably the only weak link on that team, and like, but other than that, I mean, they can cover that up. I mean, Drake was so much on defense, man. It's crazy.
I'm glad he stopped crying, though. He was crying at the beginning of the year.
Too much, man. He was just a big distraction.
Yeah, I'm glad he sucked it up. Yeah, he was. Where my part in this offense at? Like, nigga, dog, you don't get no part. Kevin Durant got your part.
Hey, man, tell me y'all saw last week, man, when he kicked James Harden inside the head, man.
I seen that. It was a scissor kick too, like God.
It was a mistake, man. It was a mistake, man.
He did the Booker T on him.
What about the guy kicked in the butt the other day, though, man? He kicked the dude in the butt the other day, man.
Steven Adams had nightmares when he seen him. He just grabbed himself like, oh shit.
Hey man, I understand the like body movements in games, because sometimes you're saying you flail your legs up and stuff like that or whatever. I mean, we saw Rodman do it all the time, but I swear to God, man, Draymond Rodman might be his daddy, man, for real. Like he may be one of Rodman's kids or one of his a nephew or something, because he played a little bit
from Michigan. He is from Michigan, so he grew up watching the Bad Boys, man. You see what he keep posting on Twitter? Bad Boys.
Yeah, I know what he is.
True.
You know what I'm saying? That's our basketball. That's our nature of basketball, dude. It's rough. You know what I'm saying? You might get kicked. It's like it's penitentiary ball, man. That's how we play here in Michigan. Ain't no such thing as foul. You know what I'm saying? If you call a foul, you consider it soft. Like that's how we play basketball, man.
But
anywhere else, all right, you can get your foul card, but no, that's just our way of basketball. That's a Michigan boy,
Mike Jones
man.
said that fool had Tourette's in the feet, man. I was crying, laughing, like, yeah, that fool, man, he like a kung fu specialist out there, man. Scissor kicking people and kicking people in the butts. Come on, Dre, man. That kick in the butt, it definitely was intentional, man. I know y'all see that. If y'all didn't, please YouTube him kicking that guy in the butt. I say he meant to do that, man. I don't know damn about his foot like that.
Yeah, I don't think so. My foot now.
Yeah, but when he got Harden upside the head though, man, Harden dropped like he just got Sweet Chin music by Shawn Michaels, man.
That was too funny.
Hit the ground, lawsuit.
What happened?
He hit the ground like lawsuit.
Man, he hit that ground so hard, man. I said, what the hell is going on, man?
I didn't know what happened at first until they showed the replay. It was funny as hell to me.
Man, basketball players be fronting so much, though, man. That jump be hilarious, man.
But
you know, they be having to play it all like they just got shot or something.
Oh yeah, LeBron hurt himself doing some stupid jumps like that before. Remember that time when they was playing and he acted like he got fouled real bad and hit his head in the back of a camera?
Yeah.
I was like, man, like what is you
LeBron
doing? Like he, that dude just dove into the cameraman. He didn't think he was gonna get messed up like that though.
They slumping right now, man.
Yeah, I've been seeing the Milwaukee Bucks. I've seen the Milwaukee Bucks put it on in one game, man. But they've been playing everybody hard though.
Did you see what
Giannis.
that idiot J.R. Smith did?
Man, Smith's an idiot, man. Y'all, man, I know y'all saw that. That was the worst thing he could have ever did, man. Jabari,
did you see that?
What'd you do?
All right, look, listen here. It was a dead ball. They down on the Milwaukee Bucks end. They taking the ball out from the side, right? Mm-hmm. So, before they, take the ball out, or whatever, the ref gotta blow the whistle and all that. So, a little bit before the whistle got blew, J.R. Smith was on the baseline, slash under the basket, like the baseline part by the Milwaukee Bucks bench. So he sees Jason Terry, goes to tell him what's up, and give him a hug and a handshake. And the play he left his defender. So by the time the ref gave my man from Milwaukee the ball, he was able to pass the ball to the guy J.R. Smith was supposed to be guarding, and my man just had an open duck under the basket.
Wide open.
Wide open, man. He was lefty. And then gonna tell the media he forgot he was in the game. Something wrong with him, man. Is he, we don't know something?
Man, that fool's still in celebration mode after that championship.
Right.
Because I'm out. It's frozen.
Hey, he ain't messing with one of the Kardashians, is he?
No, let's hope not. Let's hope not.
No, that's just.
They already got Kanye in the crazy house.
Yeah, Kanye out of his mind, man. All the crazy stuff he was saying on
into a woman. Bruce Jenner, a woman. Oh my God. Lamar Odom became a full-fledged crackhead. Man.
Next, my man's about to be crazy. Tristan Thompson, man.
Yeah. He's already crazy. He's Canadian.
Jeez. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's it for today, fellas, man. It was a good show. It was some good topics, man. We'll be back next Monday, 6 o'clock.
For sure.
We got some more for y'all. Some more NFL. We're finally done talking about that dumbass college football ranking. But we got some NFL. We're gonna talk NFL mainly, probably the whole show. Show might be a little short next week because we're gonna be kind of I want to talk about some of the bowl matchups too. So So we can talk about college football. Talk about some football matchups next week. Some NFL talk. Some more NBA or something come up or whatever. And then I don't know, man. I want to get to NCAA football at some point. But yeah, man. Thanks, fellas, for joining me. For joining us, man. And until next week, man. Everybody, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. And hopefully y'all join us again next week. All right, man. Y'all take care. Have a good week.
All right, you too. Peace.
All right.
What's up?
Peace.